Welcome back. We are getting ready to do another currently inked video for March. So these are the pens I have inked up. These are some of the tools I'll be using, little teeny pipette and my ink muddler, as well as my sandwich bag. I got some water off to the side, and I also have my little ink vial holder for my samples. I got this from Olive Frog Designs. I have a couple others that I have from her. I have this one, and they all kind of fit into each other, little puzzle pieces, but I have this one here, and then I also have this one right here. But I figured with this being March and, you know, kind of like a green themed type month usually, I'm gonna go ahead and use the green one. So give me a second to get the inks next to me and we will get started swatching. Okay, this first one, I kind of did just like a sort of, I don't even know how you call it, like I wanted to ink up Ferris wheel press Moss Park Green. And for some reason in the pen I put it in, it was a little dry, which I haven't really experienced that too much with this ink. It's one of my favorite greens. So what I did was I took Peter Moss and I put a little bit of a drop of Peter Moss into the converter. And so I think I'm just going to put a couple drops of each and swirl it around, and that'll be, you know, at least close enough to the ink that I got. So that's where we're going to start. Let's see if I can get this in here. Let's see. Let's start over here. Okay, that's that one was Moss Park Green, and let's put just a little bit of Peter Moss in there. And I'm sure that's going to be close enough to what is in my pen. And I actually have a couple new pens that I didn't show yet. Let me put that over there. What was I going to swatch it with? Well, I'll just use this. You know what? Apparently I have not done this in, you know, longer than my brain can exhibit. Because I clearly forget that I'm using the sandwich bag. All right. Okay. Beautiful green. I have this inked up in my new Genhao 10. This was in, I want to say it was the pine green colorway. Let's get that over here. Let's see if I zoom you in just a bit. Hopefully that's good. Okay. So this is Ferris wheel press, and this is Moss Park Green and Peter Moss. Wait, Peter Moss? Yes, that's right. Okay, and I have this inked up in my Genhao, I believe it's Genhao 10. Let me look. Yes, Genhao 10. And this one is in pine green. I believe this was the, let me see, was this the fine? I think I got one in fine and one in extra fine. I think this actually might be the extra fine. I believe this is the extra fine. I could have these swapped around, but that's okay. So this is my first inked up for March. All right, let's go on to, where am I going to put these? Let's go on to ink number 2. Ink number 2 is Van Dieman's Birds of a Feather, and this is, I believe it's supposed to be Laughing Kookaburra crest, but just for the fact that the name was so long. So this is ink number 2. Let's see what we got here. I've just got my water off to the side. I'm sure you can hear it. Okay. Isn't that so pretty? And I have that one, let me see, am I in frame? Okay, I have that one in another Gen How 10, and this one is in the Gray Gradient, is the name of this one. And I'm not sure about this nib. For some reason, it's like, it's giving me a little bit of trouble the minute I start writing with it, but then it's fine after it starts writing, so we'll see how it performs right now. So this one is, see, it always gives me a hard start. Van Dieman's, and we're just going to do okay. I don't know why my handwriting is a little atrocious today. Gen How 10, and this is, it's technically gradient gray, but I think I'm just being a little lazy. But that is number 2. Okay, number 3. Let me move it down just a little bit. Put my ink bottler up. I'm not using that at the moment. All right. What do we got for number 3? Number 3 is an ink I got from Heather, and this is Robert Oster's Soft Kitty, Warm Kitty. Oops, I don't think I got enough. Hopefully this currently inked is not, you know, an hour long like they have been. Unless you don't mind them being that long. This is such a pretty, like, bluish gray. Okay. And I have this one in also another pen that I have not shown. And this one is the Admoc M800 in, I want to say the color is Deep Leopard, but it's got this really pretty, like, I don't know if you can see that gray in there. Anyway, really pretty pen. Did I get this one in a fine? Okay. Oh, I didn't put that one. I believe that one was the extra fine, or the fine. You know what? Maybe I do have them mixed up. I don't know. I'll have to look at my invoice. It's even got like kind of some pink in there. That's really pretty. Okay. This one is Robert Oster. Soft kitty, warm kitty. That's such a pretty gray. Okay, and this is in my Admock M800. And leopard. This is a fine. And that is number 3. Right, we're gonna put that over there just a bit. On to page 2. Right. Sherman frame. Sorry, just moving you a little bit. Okay. Up next, what do we got up next? We'll do this one. Up next, we got a new ink that from Birmingham Pen Company. This is Phytoplankton. It's a pretty green, and I just did a video on this the other day. Water is a nice neon green now. Hopefully I didn't put too much. Oh, I did put too much ink. I forget it's a very lubricated ink. Okay. And this one I have in my Esterbrook Esty in Rainforest. I believe I just have, this has an extra fine, I believe. Yes. Okay. Birmingham Pen Company. And this is Phytoplankton. Oh, that green is so pretty. And I have it in my Esterbrook Esty in Rainforest, and this has an extra fine nib. And that is that one, number 4. All right, let's see what we got next. Just kind of putting these back as I go. We will do this one. All right, next up we have another ink I got from Heather. This is Bungubox Sweet Potato Purple. It's just a pretty color. Let's try not to get as much ink. sandwich back. Oh, that's super lubricated too. Woo! That's a lot of ink. It's just going through. Let's see. Oh, it's not too bad. All right. I have this one. That ink inked up in my Platinum 3776 Century. And this is such a beautiful writer. And I believe I have this in a fine. Yeah. Okay. Box. Sweet potato. Purple. And this is in the 3776. 30. And this is a fine nib. And that is this one. Okay. Okay, which one shall we do next? Let's do this one. Okay, sorry. This next one is an ink by Amarillo Stationery. And this is the Teal Waistband. Is it focusing? Hopefully it's focusing. Okay, where's my bag? Got a little kit here. Okay, so this one I originally put into this pen right here, which is my Genhao 82, and it actually still has some ink in there. I left it inked up, but I did not like the way the ink looked when I wrote with it. I'll show you in a minute, but I decided that I was going to put it into my Mahjong instead, because it's just a wet writer. It seemed too light when I wrote with it on this one, and I'll show you the difference. I wanted it to be a little bit more of a bolder, brighter color, so the Genhao just did not give me that, and this one is just a wetter writer. Okay, this is from Amarillo Stationery. And this is Teal Waistband. Wow, such a pretty color. And this is in my Mahjong. I think this is the S I want to say it's the S5. I could be completely wrong on that one, but anyway. And clear. And this one has a fine nib. And I think it kind of matched the little teal green parts in there. Okay, now I'm going to show you how this one wrote. And this is the Jinhao 82. Do you see how light that is? I was not happy with this one. And this is a fine nib. I even tried, you know, putting the brass shim in. I tried, you know, a few different things, and I wasn't a fan of how light it was coming out. I wanted it to actually look like the color of the ink. Okay, I am going to flip the page, and I have 2 more left. Okay. This next one is another new ink that I got the other day from Birmingham Pen Company, and this one is called Jasper Vein. This one and the Phytoplankton are the ones that I really wanted out of the bundle, but the other colors looked really pretty too, so I just got the bundle, and I like all 4 of them. Where's my pipette? And this is like a brownish red. And I do have some carryovers too. I left a couple inked up that I really enjoyed writing with, so I kept them inked up, and I can show you what those are. Okay, I have this one inked up in my Narwhal Horizon. This one is Wonderland. Love this pen. It's such a great writer. And Birmingham Pen Company. Jasper Vein. And let's see if I can spell this right. That could be wrong, but give it a shot. Novelar Horizon. And this one is Wonderland. And this is in a fine nib. That is this one. This is such a pretty pen. All right. The next ink is another Birmingham Pen Company ink, and this one is Emerald Fusion. It is a beautiful green ink with a green sheen. The water is so neon green. And this ink is so lubricated. I mean, I think most sheen inks are. I mean, look at that. Look at that on the Oh, I'm not even in frame. Look at that. Whew. Okay. And the pen I have this inked up in is, I don't even know if I've even shown this on the channel yet. This was, I basically pulled this out of the archives because I have not used it in a really long time. This is my Monteverde. I want to say, let me see, what is this one? Invincia Deluxe, and I believe this is the abalone shell. And then it's got the rose gold accent. It's a beautiful pen. It was one of my very first big purchases when I first started. And I had the nib ground down to a cursive smooth italic. And I cannot, oh, what is that? Hold on. That's going to bother me, but it's a little... No. Okay. It's not happening. We're just gonna let it go. Okay. I cannot remember who ground this down. It was at the very first pen show I ever went to, and his name is completely slipping my mind. Okay. So this is Birmingham Pen Co. And this is Emerald Fusion. I don't know if you can see that sheen already. It is, when, it's funny because I don't typically go for sheens. I don't care for like the high sheening inks, but it's more or less when the base ink is overpowered by the sheen and you can't see the base ink at all. Like if you have like a blue with a red sheen and all you see is red sheen. I'm not a fan of that. I like, but this one is green on green. So it's, I don't know, it's a little different for me. Okay. And this pen is Monteverde. No, no, no. Okay. That's okay. And this one, I believe it's abalone. I don't know if it's abalone shell or it might be. We're just going to go with it. That's what we're doing. And this one is in a cursive smooth italic. Oh, so cool. And that, let's see, I'm not even in frame. I get used to being in close up. That match up. Okay, I'm going to let these dry and then we will go over them. I will be back shortly. Okay, we are back. The ink is pretty much dry. This is kind of like the small list that I normally do. I just kind of ink that on my own. Since, ooh, look at that sheen. Okay, so I am going to flip this over and we will get close-ups of these. So first up we have the Ferris wheel press where I mix the Peter Moss and the Moss Park green. And that is such a pretty green. Just the Moss Park green alone is super nice. It is one of my favorite color, one of my favorite greens. Since I started this hobby, it's still one of my favorites. And then Van Dieman's Kookaburra Crest. That one is a really pretty like brownish gray. I actually am almost out of my sample of this, so I actually ordered a bottle because this is an ink that I will use over and over again. Then we have Robert Oster Soft Kitty Warm Kitty. Just a beautiful gray. It's like a bluish gray. It is so pretty. I'm gonna have to compare this with some of couple of my pilot inks. I'm wondering if like the name's not coming to mind right now. Maybe Fuyu Shogun, possibly. I'll have to look. But I'd like to compare that to see if it's close to those. And then we have Birmingham Pen Company Phytoplankton, and it's just got some really beautiful shading. Oh, I love that ink. And then here we got the Bungubox, the Sweet Potato Purple. I didn't realize it had that like green sheen on there. I was actually surprised when I saw that. I didn't notice it when I first swatched it. At least I don't remember. That's a possibility too. Very unique. Doesn't really show up in the writing though. Just kind of like in the bigger swatches. And then we've got Amarillo stationery, Teal Waistband. Look at the shading on that. So pretty. And I'm definitely glad that I put it into a wetter nib, because I wouldn't have reached for it if it was in this one. It just seemed way too light, and I wanted it to be a bolder color. That's really pretty. All right. And then, let's put this on there because it was still not quite dry. We have Birmingham Pen Company's Jasper Vein. It's like this reddish brown. So pretty. I like that a lot. And I think I'm going to really enjoy writing with it in the Wonderland, because that's a wet writer. And then we have Birmingham Pen Company Emerald Fusion. Look at that sheen. I love how it's just got that dark green ink, and then just like bam, reflection. And here it is in the bigger swatch. That is such a pretty ink. Okay, all right, I will do that all day long if I can. So let's kind of go back. Oh, I knew that was going to happen, but that's okay. You can kind of see, look at that. Look at how much it sheens, man. Anyway, that is my, sorry for the camera shake. That is my currently inked. Let's just set this guy right here, and we'll bring the pins back on the ones that we did. And the carryovers are my Sailor Pro Gear in my Moroccan Mint Tea Kisan. And that one's inked up with the Sailor Manyo Kuzu. I really enjoyed this combination, so I kept it. And another combo that I liked was my Esterbrook Esty in the Winter White with Birmingham Pen Company's Water Bear. And this one has a cursive smooth italic. I loved journaling with this ink, or with this pen and ink combo. It was just, I enjoyed it so much. And it's funny because someone had mentioned, is it Heather? I can't remember who told me, but they said that when they saw this, they couldn't help but think of dirty mop water. And I don't disagree, but you know, I tend to go for murky, muddy kind of colors. I enjoy that, so I truly enjoyed writing with it. So, and these are my carryovers. Let me see if I can kind of put those down where they don't roll off and fly away. There we go. There is my currently inked. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you have a favorite, if you own any of these inks, or if you own any of these pens and you like them. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. Thank you for watching, and if you liked it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and have a great day. Bye.